I don't know who needs to hear this today, but if you are seeing a guy and he's not moving literal mountains for you, you need to move on because he's not that into you. And I'm not trying to be rude to you. I'm seriously telling you, like girl to girl, first of all, we have become too soft with each other. We're like, oh, he'll come around. Maybe he just needs a little time. No, men, make up their decision about whether or not you're worth it in the first 10 minutes. And I know that sounds harsh, but once they have decided, they will not change their mind. Two, men are creatures of action, which means that if they do want to be with you, they will literally bend time in order to make time for you. They will never be too busy. They will never be out on a boys' night when they know that you want to be with them. If they text you and say, oh, sorry, like they went out with the guys and they didn't text you back for 2 days, oh, sorry, that means nothing. For men, words are like meaningless. They're trash. Words are nothing. Action is everything. For us, we think, we ponder, we plan. Maybe, maybe he'll grow into something different. Maybe we'll grow together. That's how we work, not men. Don't forget to always listen to what he does, not what he says. And same thing if it's not you, if it's your girlfriend, you've got to be honest with your girlfriends. I think seriously in 2024, we have gotten too soft. Like, oh, just give him time. No. Don't give him time. Like your girlfriend might be mad if you tell her that, but in the long run, you are helping her out. And girl to girl, I want to help you out. Like you need to protect yourself. Find a man who is going to move a mountain for you. And if this guy isn't, there is someone else who will. Hope it helps.
Welcome to The Wall. Today we're going to take a look at how social media has become the new enemy of love. Toxic advice disguised as empowerment is actually tearing families apart, poisoning minds, and devaluing men who give everything for their families. Help us reach 170,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Like the video and share your thoughts in the comments. We always highlight the best one. And endless thanks to the fans who watch our videos every day. Let's get started.
This is so true. And when I've contemplated going back into the dating world, what continually comes up for me is this thing. Men have never made my life easier. Men have never saved me. Despite the fairy tale we are all heavily taught and buy into at a young age as women, which is that men are rescuing us and that one day we're going to have this fairy tale where we're saved by a man. That fairy tale is a lie. Because everything I've done in my life has been despite men, not because of them. I've continually had to rescue myself. I've continually had to learn how to make my life easier and better on my own. And there is no man coming to rescue me. I actually rescue myself by decentering them.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
The first thing you need to understand is that you live well, both directly and indirectly, thanks to men. It's not that men don't do anything for you. It's that you don't have a husband. Your city, your home, everything around you stays stable because of the sacrifice of millions of men in this country. That phone you use was made by a man. The house you live in was built by men. The streets you walk on, the electricity you use, the maintenance of your car, all of it is thanks to men's work. The problem is that, inside your bubble, you think men don't contribute anything to your life because you're looking at it through the lens of having an empty bed. But thanks to men, you have an easy life. If it weren't for them, you'd be in the jungle trying to survive, or you'd already be extinct.
I hate a man who is active on social media, and
Of course they do, because that makes perfect sense.
I don't mean just like has an account. I mean like who are you posting stories for? Why are you posting multiple stories per day?
Well, heaven forbid a guy has a hobby, and maybe, just maybe, they're posting it for themselves and their friends and their family.
That is for girls and girls only.
Says who? Rather sounds like some of those girls are jealous that some of those guys are doing better on social media than they are. Oh, and I probably should mention, most social media companies are owned by men.
Get off fucking Instagram and go build something.
Ooh, gender role stereotypes. I wonder how they'd like it if guys told her to get off the internet and go cook something.
Like, why am I scrolling on Instagram and I see likes? Get a fucking job.
It rather makes me wonder if someone has so much time to complain about what other people are doing, what exactly do they do for a living?
Like, why are you just on Instagram? Like, oh, that's so icky and embarrassing. Especially when I go through my reels and it's like that. Build something!
I'm just gonna say, this just sounds like jealousy because it seems those guys have actually built something. It's called a social media following.
She says that now, but just wait until she hits around 100,000 followers on some social media platform. You'll see her begging men to subscribe to her Blue app just to sell her dignity for $4.95. Because that's how they are. They criticize us, only to end up needing us later. Also, how does she even know that men spend so much time on social media? What kind of men is she following to know they post 3 stories a day? Maybe she's stalking some Chad's profile, the one who's ignoring her. Because they're experts at digging through men's social media just to see if there's another woman in the picture. You already know, female hypergamy in full effect.
Women.
I don't care what anyone says. I don't want my man liking other women's pictures. I just don't. And I don't think that makes me insecure or childish or anything of the sort. I just feel like that's a boundary that I've set and it's something that should be respected. Like, I hate when men come on here and like, oh, she's so insecure for that. Oh, like, that's so childish. Grow up. No, I won't, because it's not. It's not just social media, because men like to get on here all the time and play fucking stupid and act like it's just social media. Why does it matter? Because it does. Because it's not just social media. Like, you have a direct line of communication with this person. You're liking all their pictures. You're probably liking their fucking stories, and I just don't know. Like, everybody knows what goes on Instagram. Everyone knows people slide in your DMs, slide in your story, like slide in this. Why would I want other people to see who you're potentially sliding on? Like, you can look all you fucking want. I can't control your goddamn eyes, but like, why do you have to make it public so everybody else can see what you're literally liking with your eyes? Like, just look at it. You don't have to double tap. It's so simple. It's so simple to just look and keep scrolling. You don't need to notify the girl that you're looking at that you saw her picture. You don't need to notify the entire fucking world. Like, oh yeah, hey, this guy has a girlfriend, but I always see him under so-and-so's pictures. Embarrassing. Fucking embarrassing. Disrespectful. Okay? It's so simple, and I feel like men just want to play stupid as fuck all the time.
Girls, I'm gonna ruin your day. Do not believe anything that comes out of a man's mouth if it's not backed up by actions. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. He told you he adores you, but he can go more than 72 hours not calling. He adores you when it's convenient. Told you he can't wait to travel with you, yet no tickets or trips have been planned or bought. He lives in Delulu world. Let me guess, he talks a big game but falls short when it comes to keeping promises. Ooh, total keeper you have, babe. Just please remind me, when the heck was it natural for you to start to chase a man? Does it feel good? Listen to me. If you are second guessing if he's into you, trust your gut. He's not the one. He's not the one, sweetheart. Anyways, you will never have to question if a man, I look ridiculous. Now listen to me. A man who genuinely likes you will leave no doubt. He will make it crystal clear that he's into you. You will never have to question his sincerity. Do me a favor and just ask any woman who's married. She'll probably tell you that her husband pursued her. There's a reason why she has a ring. Let's be honest. But there are some marriages that, just please take this as a sign. You deserve somebody who can deliver more than empty words. I tell my sisters and my friends this all the time. You deserve effort and consistency. Don't forget that. Let this be your reminder.
Remember that when a woman gets mad at you for having social media, it's because she lives on there all day, and she doesn't want you to notice the army of simps constantly praising her. Because if you do, the blindfold she wants you to keep on will fall off, and she won't be able to keep taking advantage of you. You don't realize how much she craves male validation. Now, the second woman is partly right. A man who knows what he wants doesn't hesitate, doesn't waste time, doesn't beat around the bush. But today, that's labeled as being oppressive, too intense, or controlling. That's why men don't chase anymore. That's why they don't overexert themselves. Because they've learned that the one who looks too hungry doesn't eat. That's why women like these dating coaches always end up hitting the wall, because the wall doesn't forgive.
So let's be so for real. 99.9% of your relationship problems are caused by women scrolling themselves into a downward spiral. Let me explain. As we all know, the majority of social media is geared towards women, and there's so much useless information on this app about, oh, your boyfriend didn't get you flowers. That means he hates you. Oh, he's not sleeping with you. That means there's someone else. Oh, he stopped at the gas station. That means he doesn't like you. Oh, he comes home from a 14-hour shift and doesn't help you with laundry. So that's his weaponized incompetence. He actually forgets dates and anniversaries or something because he's forgetful. Then he's intentionally being a narcissist and forgetting information to gaslight you. When he's trying to control the finances because you overspend, now he's financially abusive. If he's on Twitter, that means he's cheating on you and looking at half-naked girls. If he stays at work late, that means he has a work wife and he's cheating on you. If he forgets something at the grocery store, then he's intentionally doing it because it's his weaponized incompetence. Women will literally sit here and scroll for 3 fucking hours, and then you will be at work and all of a sudden you're fighting because she saw a TikTok that triggered her and now she thinks that you are cheating on her. And the worst part about it is it gives no space for men to be unhappy. It gives no space for men to be depressed or have their own mental health issues. It gives no fucking room for these men to even have a normal job, because if he's not texting fast enough, then he hates you. It doesn't give any room for men to make mistakes. It doesn't give men any room to speak up or talk about anything without being labeled a narcissist or an abuser or whatever bullshit that social media is telling women. It gives men no space to have hobbies or be a normal human being, because inherently these men are out here just cheating, lying, scamming, and being pieces of shit all across the fucking country. And, it has nothing to do with the fact that she has sat there and overanalyzed some bullshit that somebody said on TikTok, and now you're in a fight for the next 3 weeks because she's in a downward spiral because she does it to herself. The funny thing is it comes from a bunch of bitter ass, miserable women who probably just broke up with their boyfriend that are saying all of this bullshit that are causing problems in your relationship. And the only reason that she needs so much reassurance is because she's sending herself into these downward spirals, and she's still expecting you to pick up the pieces even when you've done nothing wrong. These women are delusional because other women are making them delusional based on the information that they're retaining every single day, and I just don't think this is talked about enough. Okay, bye.
A beer for this woman for speaking the truth that many men live. There are hundreds of marriages, whether legally married or just living together, where men work long hours and come home exhausted, only to be met by a woman upset and yelling at them for not coming home just to keep working. There are also women who have healthy marriages, but then they start watching that toxic content on TikTok, where miserable, husbandless women start telling them that everything their man does is suspicious, throwing out the classic line, "All men cheat." A woman who surrounds herself with friends, family, or social media filled with that kind of misery ends up absorbing all that negativity and bringing it into her home. And what happens? She ruins her marriage and ends up just as miserable as the one who influenced her, alone, bitter, and with a cat on the wall. Because the wall doesn't forgive.
I don't care what you guys say, this is a subtle sign that he is an asshole and that you should immediately run. This one's petty, but I swear it's true. If you send him a photo of you where you're like looking nice and a nice photo for him, and you send it over, and he responds with only emojis, no words, or even worse, if no emojis, no words, and he just likes it or loves it, puts a heart on it, that is a sure sign he's a low effort man, doesn't deserve you. I don't care. I believe it. I stand by this. Every single guy that has done this to me has turned out to be an asshole and not worth my time.
Every guy who does that to her ends up being a jerk, right? Or maybe she should start valuing herself more instead of sending pictures to random strangers she's not even in a relationship with. Then they turn around and say men are perverts always asking for photos. Notice how she sends them willingly to the guy she likes. Probably a typical Chad, a man who brings nothing to the table. She loves that kind of guy because he doesn't overreact to her, and that's what attracts her. Remember, absence, anxiety, and uncertainty will always be your best allies. Because women fall in love on their own with the guy who knocks them off their pedestal. That's why they have experience with men like that, not with the simp who worships them like goddesses. Those guys don't interest them. Keep your value high, brother. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, here are the questions for you. Why are women, with their toxic advice, ruining their relationships? Why do modern women want to forbid their men from using social media? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to keep creating more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from the wall.